Ramakrishna Te Namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is talking to the people who have come, devotees. One cannot obtain the knowledge of Brahman unless one is extremely cautious about women. Women doesn't mean here the women, the opposite gender. For women it is man, for man it is woman. But it is not so harmful for a householder who follows the path of knowledge to enjoy conjugal happiness with his own wife now and then. He gives a concession, and one who follows the path of knowledge, a person who follows the path of bhakti, a path of yoga, what about those? They have to see the divine everywhere, the struggle, dependence on God, again and again the purificatory processes, including Ekadashi Upasa, this, that, all, a kind of penance as well as to eradicate the effects of the wrong things and also to get the enlightenment constantly. The most important part in Bhakti Yoga is unbroken thought of divine. Slowly, man has to cultivate this unbroken thought of God in and through all the activities of life, so that the karmic load doesn't come of the karma. Now, in the householder's life, if a person is in the divine thought, he is walking in the street, every step is being offered to God. He is in the thought of God. All actions and activities, there is somewhere it is going to get automatically transferred to there. In thought of God, whatever, when we were children, small children, my father used to tell, don't worry what actions, feelings come in your heart, what thoughts come in your mind, what actions happen through your body, but see that you will not forget God. You have to pass through many things, including wars. The Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mam anusmara yudhyacha. You have to fight. Then fight because that is your dharma, that is your nature. That nature is dharma, as nature is one. Dharma as duties and responsibilities of a soul according to the station in which he is placed. So, being placed in the royal family as a person who is responsible for the social conditions, he cannot shirk off his responsibilities and go away. So here comes the picture that he has to do his duties. How to do? Krishna says, don't forget me, don't forget God. That is the sutra, Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha. So householders, that Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha is that is not going to stain them, whatever actions they do. In case of Advaitic sadhakas, usually Advaitic sadhakas will have a different attitude. World as just passing, and the difference like man and woman. Women are extremely sensitive. See, a thought comes in their mind, they are extremely attached to it. Everywhere you'll see a grip on the soul. and grip on whatever they think or hold on to. Men are not like that. They have a released hold. Women have a gripped hold on everything. So it binds them. Even a small mistake they do, the guilt form will be very strong. If a man does a mistake, it is over. He doesn't feel that he has done. Guilt doesn't form in many of the people. Because of the nature, they are not holding anything, even spiritual practices, this, that, whatever they do, there is no grip and hold, like women have a grip and hold, tenacity. So, action, like that, when the Advaitic tendency appears in the householder's life, they are little indifferent towards the world, praises, blames, and do's and don'ts are less observed. The main thing is, I am not body. How to dissociate from the bodily existence. I am a householder. How can I do my duties with all sincerity and be unstained by the actions? This kind of, at the same time, they are not able to leave the household and go away because heart is present there. Oh, if I go away, who will take care of my family? I may be Advaitin, I may be following the Advaita path, a little presence of the heart there. Oh, then they convert slowly into, after all, my child is Brahman, my family is Brahman. It extends to the neighbors, it extends to all people one day to see the divine in all. So the householder begins with that, slowly he expands. And these people, even if they do a small mistakes here and there, it washes off. Means it doesn't form a guilt. That guilt has to be, or doesn't form a vasana, strong vasana, that it cannot be washed away. So this is Sri Ramakrishna is telling about this point. But it is extremely harmful for a sannyasi. Though he is a pure Advaitin, he must not look at even a portrait of a woman. A monk enjoying a woman is like man swallowing the spittle after he has already spat out. This is Vidyaranya's expression in Jivan Mukti Viveka. If a realized soul or a sadhaka who has left everything for God, if he doesn't mention there about the sadhaka, but an enlightened soul can never make a mistake, error. It is like, what then is the difference between a dog and a man, enlightened man, if he can do anything and everything? Because it doesn't stain him. He has emerged out of karmic load. Good and bad doesn't affect him. If he kills also, there is no sin. Because he is Atman, he is not body, he is enlightened. That doesn't mean that if he doesn't do, what is the difference between a dog and a enlightened man? That question comes there. And then a man, even in sadhana, the three stages, passing through the three stages, Vasnakshaya, Manonasha, Tattvajnana, this passing through. In the sadhana period, if anybody has Advaitin, he is trying to see everything. If he starts enjoying the world, it is like spittle, a dog vomiting and eating its own vomitings. Like that, the man is also eating away what is as he has vomited out. In that reference is there. A sannyasi must not sit near a woman and talk to her, even if she is intensely pious. No, must not talk to a woman even though he may have controlled his passions. So the problem comes in the modernity and non-ascetic way of living. When the picture is presented in its absolute purity and where women can never be avoided, even a sannyasi for going to bhiksha, he has to stand before a household and call Bhikshandehi. And women are inevitable. Wherever you open your eyes in the world, even to go for a bhiksha, how long will you sit in a cave or this one for food when hundreds are renouncing and coming slowly? Where women are everywhere, an integral part of the society, and when services are attached, the Atmanamoksha Jagat Hitaya comes into picture. He has to move about in the world. Then what about senior Swamis in the order? When each time this question is put, Thakur says this, what to do? When Swami asked, are you still seeing a woman in this world? The Meera goes to Vrindavan. Goswami is there, who has never seen a woman's face and doesn't want to see a woman's face. She wants to meet him. And someone goes and informs, Meera has come, she wants to have your darshan, she wants to speak to you. He says, tell her I don't meet women and I don't see the face of woman. Then suddenly she exclaims, oh, where is a man other than Krishna? All are gopis, all are women. All are Devi. Only Purusha is Krishna. All, how many beings are there? Are all nothing but the jivas. They are all Shakti aspect. They are manifestations of Divine Mother. They are feminine. They are all gopis. How can there be two Krishnas here in this world? Then his eyes are opened. Now, this aspect is brought into picture. There the things come. Either try to see the world as divine or as Mother Nature. All the 24 cosmic principles are you. You are that. So that prayer, try to see like Meera saw, all are women. No man here except Krishna, except God. Purusha, the rest of the thing, except the Chaitanya, rest of the things is Prakriti only. Just a clay. The clay dolls are made, some are male, some are female. It's clay. You will never feel the clay. The moment you see a statue, you don't see the stone or clay. An clay image of a man and clay image of a woman. One who sees clay neither sees man or woman. In Tamil there is the thing that if you see a dog, stone dog is made and kept. If you see the stone, you will not see the dog. And if you see the dog, you will not see the stone. When you are seeing dog in a idol of dog, a stone image of dog. When you are seeing dog, you are not seeing the stone. When you are seeing stone, you are not seeing the dog. So here, all this is Prakriti. Try to see that Prakriti as whole thing as Divine Mother. Again and again, insistingly, emphatically, asserting, try to see Divine Mother, both in man and women, everywhere as Prakriti. Or try to see the Chaitanya, which is the basis, which is actual content in the Prakriti, is a distorted version of the reality. It is because Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya comes into picture. Multiplicity is there. So it is Prakriti. If you see the one in everything, then it is Chaitanya. How withdraw the senses and project out the Jnana Chakshu and see. Then you will see there is no woman at all in this world. That Swami Surji Maharaj, Nirvanandaji Maharaj was the president whom Brahmanandaji blesses to be a Brahmagyani in this very life. When we were in training center, he was still there. A brahmachari, when he asked this question, he said, "You left home and hearth, taken refuge at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna, and you are still seeing a woman in this world. Have Ganga bath and go to the shrine and pray. May I no more see a woman in this world. May I see Divine Mother in everywhere, in man, woman, child and old man, in birds and animals. Wherever life is there, may I be able to get the vision of Divine Mother." So this is how the whole picture changes. When you see the woman only, you have to keep away. When you transcend it and go beyond, how much of prayer, how much of weeping, how much of struggle a man has to pass through, a sannyasi has to pass through, to raise himself to that level where gender is not visible at all. Like a newborn baby or even 1-year-old child, he can no more see man and woman. He sees living beings moving about. So, to that amount of purity, a man must raise himself. In the modern times, and most of the places, including when we went to US, most of the work and activities are done by women only. Puja arrangements, this, that, functions, bringing food, serving food. You can see Swami Vivekananda's whole support were women in US. Like that, the whole thing. You are amidst woman, and slowly you acquire the nature of woman and try to see a new world where there is no man-woman difference, or slowly but surely you will cross over once you have entered the Ramakrishna tradition. In one of the, this one we see when Girish Chandra Ghosh goes to at night, midnight, late in the night, he goes to see Lati Vinodani. She had been selected, taken, brought from her mother and kept, who used to act for all good and great pictures like Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When she dresses up and moves about, talks, and it will be exactly like total divinity manifestation used to be there in her. So she was placed in a separate quarters somewhere, free from other actors and actresses. So that the divinity, she had great desire to be pure and unstained in this world. One night, Girish goes to her house and taps at the door. She opens and she was shocked to see Girish standing there. She says, "Why at this light you have come to my door? This is not the time that you should meet me. There is your wife at home." Then Girish will be startled. He says, "I have not come to see a woman in you. I have touched the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. I can no more see a woman anywhere. But I had come to just thank you for today's evening program, where thousands of people were shedding tears of joy. Clear presence of divine was there," and just walks off. Next day, she goes and asks for pardon. But look at the way how he replies, "I have touched the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. I can see no more a woman in this world." It is to this level a spiritual aspirant climbs himself stage by stage. 100 times he will have fallen. 100 times he will struggle to stand up. Finally he succeeds. The efforts that he puts, the tears that he spends, and the prayers and various ways of correcting oneself. So these slowly, but because the identity of man and woman is there only in bodily level and at mental level. Beyond that it is not there. The moment you enter into deep sleep, there is neither man nor woman. Your own, you are divine within. How long will you be? That's why nature doesn't want you to be identified with the body more than a few hours. She takes you to sleep. As many hours you keep waking, so many hours she keeps you almost asleep. Don't remain identified with the body all the time. How long will you be identifying with this body? As man and woman and wandering and loitering here in this world. Emerge out of it. You are divine. From ancient times, all the sages have told and gone. You are divine, not this body. Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, begins with that. The imperishable self, the immortal self within, which is pure divine and divine alone. Why are you still? When the parampara is of divine existence, why are you identifying with this body? Madhalasa sings the song, Kim Nama Rodasi Sakhe. Why are you weeping like this, my child? You are the eternal, immortal being, the Atman. You are Purna. What do you want in this world? Turn within and see who you are. Turn within and see. By the time they come to youth, they are all enlightened. They know they are Atma. I am not this body. Even in waking state, moving about, they are aware that they are spirit. So this is what we see. That's why I don't agree with the Marwaris depositing money for me with Hriday. A sannyasi must renounce both woman and gold, as he must not look at the portrait of a woman, so also he should not touch gold, that is to say money. It is bad for him even to keep money near him, for it brings in its train calculations, worry, insolence, anger, and such evils. There is an instance in the sun. It shines brightly, suddenly a cloud appears and hides it. So, the money and wealth, as personal money, suppose someone gives you ₹1,00,000, you are going for a begging, and says, just where from you are coming, just hand it over to the neighboring house. They are extremely poor. Don't tell my name, just give it away. And the sannyasi carries it. It is not his. Now, these things, a ashrama, an institution can have as much money as possible, but you cannot, like a bank manager. Millions of rupees he keeps in his chest, locked, but has nothing to hold, nothing as mine. He opens, touches, handles, because it is not his. But like that, what money belongs to God, what his personal wealth will be zero always. One of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, not only money, he had no occasion to touch money, but even his belongings, his clothes, his walking stick, his books, his watch, his japamala, all this, his footwear, he used to pack every day in a cloth and weigh and see, have I acquired anything more? So that is the life of a sannyasi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.